Delay in Block Productions is proud to welcome you to the Ohio Rail Experience. It's early in the morning on Saturday, October 13th, 2018. The temperature was well into the 40s as the train crew of the Cincinnati Scenic Railway prepared for the day's Lima Limited Excursion train, which would operate over the Indiana and Ohio Railway, a Genesee and Wyoming company, between Springfield and Lima, Ohio. The 120-mile round trip would take passengers on a scenic journey through rural western Ohio on the former Detroit, Toledo, and Ironton mainline. In charge of the train today are two seasoned veterans, Ray Kammer Sr. and Jr., a father-son duo who share the same lifelong passion of railroading.
Father was a fireman on the Erie. Took me to work with him when I was barely old enough to climb into a locomotive. I rode around PAs and RS3s, and that did it for me.
Then you were hooked.
Yep.
And what's it like being able to run an excursion like this with your son?
Oh, it's great. The pride is just overwhelming, and he does a great job at what he does, and nice to sit back and enjoy it.
What would you say is the most rewarding thing about running trips like this?
Well, see the seniors and the old retired railroaders that like to see this sort of thing, and the kids. You never know when you're going to be hatching the next generation of rail enthusiasts, and seeing the kids get excited is one of the biggest rewards.
Before the train could proceed north, Ray Jr. confirms track authority with the I&O dispatcher.
Number 286, dated October 13, 2018, that there's no additions or deletions at all effects to cover red light 728, 0728, CES,
Roger that, DLB 286, no changes or deletions, verified, all good at 728 CES, copied by RLK.
After getting permission to head north, the Lima Limited departed the yard for Snyder Park in downtown Springfield. There, passengers will board the train for their journey north. At Snyder Park, passengers begin boarding. The process takes about 30 minutes. Once everyone is accounted for and in their seats, the train will depart for the journey to Lima. The Ohio Rail Experience is a project of the Cincinnati Scenic Railway. The Cincinnati Scenic Railway is a 501c3 nonprofit organization and the operator of the Lebanon, Mason, and Monroe Railroad in Lebanon, Ohio. Together, these operations provide year-round excursion train rides in western Ohio. The Cincinnati Scenic Railway owns multiple pieces of historically significant rolling stock, including the country's oldest continuously operating EMD GP7, which is on the train today. The nonprofit has seen rapid growth in passenger excursion operation, with ridership increased by 80% since 2012. Leading the train north today is Nickel Plate Road GP30 number 901. The 901 is an EMD GP30 delivered to the Nickel Plate Road in November of 1962. It was one of 10 GP30s purchased by the Nickel Plate, numbered 900 to 909. The total cost for the 10 units was $2.07 million. They were the first freight units on the Nickel Plate with low short hoods to provide better visibility for the crews. Shortly thereafter, the Nickel Plate merged with the Norfolk and Western Railway in 1964, and the 901 became N&W 2901. It served the Norfolk and Western and later Norfolk Southern until being purchased by the Indiana and Ohio Railway in 1986. Today, the 901 can be seen operating trains over the Cincinnati Scenic Railway throughout the year. One of the most exciting and scenic features on the route of the Lima Limited is the Quincy High Bridge. Located just north of downtown Quincy, Ohio, High Bridge stands tall over County Road 73 and the Great Miami River. The bridge is a Warren deck truss style with alternating verticals and was built in 1911 for the DT&I Railroad. The length of the largest span on the bridge is 149.9 feet, and its total length comes to 1,192 feet. Indeed, this bridge is an absolute thrill for the passengers on board. As the train continues north through the countryside, we set up our cameras at several rural grade crossings with little to no tree line in sight, allowing for excellent aerial drone pacing shots. At Uniopolis, the Sunrise Co-op elevator stands tall, dwarfing the excursion train as it continues north to Lima. Lincoln Park is home to Nickel Plate Road 779, the last steam locomotive ever built by the Lima Locomotive Works. Its sister locomotive, Berkshire Nickel Plate Road 765, still operates today thanks to the folks at the Fort Wayne Railroad Historical Society. The 779 pulled fast freights for the nickel plate between 1949 and 1959. Just a few months shy of 10 years of service. Passengers will spend about 2 hours here before reboarding for the journey back to Springfield. But not to worry, there's plenty to see and do in Lima's fabulous Lincoln Park. After stopping at Lincoln Park for lunch and exploration, passengers have boarded the train once more for the journey south. Leading the train on the return trip is none other than the recently repainted Chesapeake and Ohio Railway GP7 number 5704, the oldest continuously operated GP7 locomotive in the world. What appeared to be the departure was actually a false start. The 5704 was experiencing mechanical issues, causing a brief delay for the train schedule. But have no fear. The Cammers and Will Gowan, the general manager of the Cincinnati Scenic at the time, weren't going to let this issue ruin the excursion trip. After some quick thinking and jury rigging, the 5704 would be ready to take the train south. Chesapeake and Ohio number 5704 was ordered by the Pere Marquette Railroad from General Motors' Electromotive Division in 1947, but was delivered to the Chesapeake and Ohio Railway as a result of a merger. The locomotive was retired by CSX and then purchased by the Indiana and Ohio around 1987. The 1,500 horsepower locomotive was built in May of 1950 and was ballasted to 248,000 pounds, the heaviest GP7s on the Chesapeake and Ohio. GP in GP7 stands for General Purpose, and the 5704 was built as a dual-service locomotive. It was capable of moving both passenger and freight cars, and was originally equipped with a steam generator to provide heat for passenger cars in cold weather. Once again, we would set up at Uniopolis for the southbound trip by the Sunrise Co-op elevator. The Co-op's small GE 44-ton switcher stands ready for its next assignment as our train approached in the distance. This elevator is served by the Indiana and Ohio Railway. As the sun started to sink in the sky, we prepared for yet another aerial scenic shot at the Quincy High Bridge in golden hour light. After the train clears the bridge, the crew will call the CSX dispatcher at Quincy for permission over the diamond to continue south. At Quincy, the I&O crosses the former Big Four mainline of New York Central Heritage. Once getting permission to head south, we caught the train at the diamond as it ran through the small, rural Ohio farming community. At Rosewood, we again captured the train from the air as it continued south towards Lima. Dusk had finally set in. The day was coming to a close as the Lima Limited approached Springfield, Ohio. This would be our last shot of the day, ending the chase from atop the US Route 68 overpass near Maitland Junction. We would like to thank the Cincinnati Scenic Railway and the Ohio Rail Experience for inviting us to partake in this excursion, giving us special access to the train, locomotives, and crew to capture this historic event on the Indiana and Ohio Railway. Thank you for watching Delay in Block Productions. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Until next time, happy railroading from all of us at Delay in Block Productions.